So what's going on, guys? My name is MrDalekJD, and in this video I have even more hidden Dr. Monty quotes for you all. Yesterday I made a video on 3 or 4 brand new quotes, and since I've posted that video we have a total of 3 new wisps that have been discovered, which brings the total to 10 Dr. Monty wisps around the map. Now these hidden wisps here are absolutely fantastic stuff. It gives us more insight into exactly who Dr. Monty is in terms of the overall scope of our storyline so far, and this final message is just mind-blowing. It's going to blow your mind. So guys, if you're hyped, make sure to let me know what you think of all these down below in the comment section with your thoughts. Give the video a like rating, and let's jump into these.
You need to stop thinking in terms of originals, old and new. It's not like that. When you look in the mirror, it's still you. If you crack that mirror, you see multiple reflections. It doesn't mean you've actually multiplied, does it? Honestly, I'm not sure why I'm trying to explain it. Shit's fucked up. Please, fix it.
Ammo! No reason to conserve ammo now.
I'm meant to stay on the sidelines, not really supposed to get involved. Free will and all that stuff. Oh, that was my idea, by the way. However, I do see stuff now and then that makes me go, ooh, that's not good. I really should do something. But the thing is, all I can really do is give things a little nudge. Sow a seed, plant an idea, see what grows, see what sticks. Where do you think all these magic weapon boxes come from? The chalk drawings on the wall, the magic ammo drops, the gumball machines. Do I need to go on, or do you get the message? I just hope you appreciate it.
Now, weren't those just absolutely just mind-blowing? The first one we saw was in the dragon control roof, and you can only see that one if you're knelt down on the dragon platform where you actually go to ride the dragon. You can only see it if you're perched on there. And that one says you need to stop thinking in terms of originals, old and new. It's not like that. When you look in the mirror, it's still you. If you crack that mirror, you see multiple reflections. It doesn't mean you've actually multiplied, does it? Honestly, I'm not sure why I'm trying to explain it. Shit's fucked up, please fix it. I don't think any other character in Zombies could get away with saying stuff like that unless it's Dr. Monty. This character is just beyond amazing. I can't thank Treyarch enough for finally introducing this character to us, and he's just so comedic that we just fall in love with him, and that's something which could be a blessing or a curse for the final DLC map. But looking at this first message, it's basically almost like Jason Blundell in the form of a character within Zombies saying we need to stop thinking about these other versions of our characters, the 1.0s, as the original versions. These are not the old versions, these aren't the new versions, they are still the exact same version. It's saying, like, if you crack a mirror, you see multiple reflections. It doesn't mean you've actually multiplied, because it's still the same person that is in that reflection, and that's pretty much what the 1.0 versions and the Origins versions are. They are the exact same characters no matter what. Now this next one's interesting. It says, you see, the thing is, I'm meant to stay on the sidelines, not really supposed to get involved. Free will and all that stuff. Oh, and that was my idea, by the way. However, I do see stuff now and then that makes me go, ooh, that's not good, I really should do something. But the thing is, all I can really do is give things a little nudge, sow a seed, plant an idea, see what grows, see what sticks. So this tells us that he is omnipotent, so he is all-powerful, but he is not powerful enough to be able to intervene and change the course of events, because maybe he knows himself if he was to do that, then something really, really bad might happen from that. So the only way he can do it is if he can give things a little nudge to almost like give the people a little clue in order for things to be done. And maybe that's why he's come into this universe and he is telling our characters to do all this stuff, because he can't physically do it himself, because it'd just be too catastrophic to the events of things. That slightly contradicts him when he says earlier that he may be omnipotent but he can't be everywhere. That means he's actually limited in his powers, but maybe it is because he can't do anything, not because he doesn't have the ability to, but like I mentioned, he'd rather be too heavy-handed, which could have really, really bad consequences. Now this final one is just gotten me so damn excited. I'm sure as soon as you guys heard it and you saw from on the title, you were going crazy as well. It said, where do you think all these magic weapon boxes come from? The chalk drawings on the wall, the magic ammo drops, the gumball machines. Do I need to go on, or do you get the message? I just hope you appreciate it. Oh my goodness. Now I'm sure as you guys first thought, and so did I when I first heard this quote, that Dr. Monty may actually be the announcer or controller of the zombies within the Black Ops 3 storyline, because it's been asked before by Jason Blundell if Samantha is controller of the zombies during this game, and he hasn't really said anything. We hear her voice, but specifically that though, the fact that he has given us all these power-ups and the weapons on the wall and stuff like that, maybe an indication that he may not be the ruler or controller of the zombies, but more as the sort of aids to help us to defend against this zombie horde. But then there is a point where, if we look at the original universe, Samantha was only relevant there, and Dr. Monty even calls that ancient history as she's so far back in the relevance of things, and she's not in the MPD in this universe anyway, so that pretty much rules out the fact of Samantha controlling the zombies. This is without a doubt one of the biggest revelations we've ever had in the Black Ops 3 story so far, the fact that Dr. Monty has not only created the perks and the gobblegums, which we already knew about, but the mystery box and the drops as well as the chalk drawings on the walls. Richtofen has even hinted at this during Der Eisendrache. There's a certain quote you hear when you pick up a max ammo where Richtofen says, "I can hear you and I know who you are," which is insane, as well as another quote from Richtofen that goes along the lines of, "She toys with us, she or someone else," when picking up a perk drop. So even then, Richtofen was curious to the fact that Samantha may not be the ruler of the zombies during this universe, and hinting that Dr. Monty was actually in control. Now, it's not confirmed if he is, because if Dr. Monty was in control, then why on earth would he be aiding our characters? That's something that is a little bit of a clash, which doesn't make a lot of sense, but there is a really cool theme and thing we can explore before we end this video, and you've got to think long and hard back to the idea of the moon Easter egg. When we're filling up the MPD with souls in order to release Samantha and get Richtofen in control of the zombies, there's something that Samantha says which sounds and worded a bit like something far more sinister than me resides here, which is insane because she's obviously of course referencing to the ether, and that something far more darker and sinister than her is going to be there. What if she was referring to Dr. Monty all that time, all the way back there? Another thing to back up the claim that maybe Samantha isn't the one that's in control is because why would she be giving aid to our characters, especially Richtofen? That is something which does not make a little bit of sense. What has been the biggest thing throughout the entire storyline of zombies that has been a case that we've seen in several different alterations in World at War, Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2, that is the idea of someone being in control of the zombies. There's always been this idea of people trying to take control. We've got evidence such as the branching endings to Buried, where on one side we have Richtofen that still takes in control, and the other side where Maxis takes control. And that's actually something interesting, because we were under the impression that by following Maxis we would actually fix the Earth and everything that Richtofen had created, but actually he turns against us and wants to take over control of the ether just to find Samantha in Argatha at the expense of the Earth being destroyed. There's something about me though that thinks that Dr. Monty isn't such an evil force as we've known to expect from people wanting control in the past, which makes me feel that there's going to be some very interesting plots that are going to develop. And if we look back at the Richtofen's memory trailer, he follows it up right at the end by saying he thinks, "I do not know, but I do. The blood will protect me." That's something that Richtofen is keeping very quiet about in GOROD KROVI. The characters even ask about the blood vials, and he says it's a topic that's very boring. Can we talk about something else? This is the main point here, that Richtofen has is his insurance plan. Why exactly he needs it, we're not too sure, but we can definitely link some themes together with this, and Dr. Monty being a potential enemy or trap towards Richtofen, which is why he's gone ahead and got this insurance plan. Now, it's also worth mentioning that Monty may have existed pre-Origins, but he didn't actually step in to help us until after we ruined the universe. So Samantha in the original universe may have still dropped the power-up. So that could explain why the monkeys, the guns, and some of the perks that are known to be made on Earth were made by scientists. We have concrete fact of that. The things that that defy explanation, such as the gumballs, the mystery box, and the pack-a-punch machine exactly, could be the only things that Monty has strictly created. Now, either Dr. Monty is a really good guy after all of this, which we'll find out, or he's just super good at deceiving people, and that's something to make sure that we keep a point of, because he sounds like a very, very charming character. He is, of course, very, very hilarious, and that's why most of us have grown to love him, but we need to be wary, because he is trying to turn our characters against each other, and that could be just a part of his personality, something he's very, very good at. But it's absolutely insane that after 8 years and all of our zombie story, it's some guy named Dr. Monty, which is just the most important part in all of this entire thing. And it's just insane that I just don't know what we can expect for Revelations DLC 4, but it's going to be absolutely incredible. There's so many factors to go in when talking about this last wisp that I might even make a separate video all on its own discussing even more ideas. But if you've got any thoughts, let me know down below in the comment section. But if this blew your mind, make sure to drop a like rating, make sure to subscribe for more videos, and I'll also throw in credit to everyone that found each wisp down below in the description. Make sure to check out all of their channels linked down below. Thank you guys, I'll catch you in another one soon.